Hello out there and welcome to English Teacher Plays. We're here with Salus per Aquam, I think is what it's called. And it is a new game. It's on Steam and we're going to play it.
Hold up.
I don't know what Incipio is, but I guess we're going to find out. Maybe the game crashed. The game crashed the first time I opened it, but then I opened it again and it didn't crash. Okay. Okay. So why are we letterboxed? Oh man, this view is weird. Oh, we can climb stuff. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, so there's no way to... There we go. Okay. Maybe we can climb up this? Nope. God, oh my god. Okay. So, what are we supposed to be doing here, man? I guess we can climb up this thing. Oh my god, climbing is nightmarishly slow. Because of course it is. Can we jump behind us? No. Okay. Alright, let's go. No, I just want to... What? Oh yeah, let's look at that. Okay, turn backwards, left shift. Release left control. Sure. Alright. Oh my god. Yeah, the climbing is very, very slow. Like, this kind of climbing works in Assassin's Creed because it happens really quickly. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Oops, that is not what I wanted to do. Okay. Okay, so we've made it up. We've made it past the first obstacle. Hooray! Okay. We are doing whatever we're doing. We're doing something, that's for sure. Oh. We're playing only up again, but it's gladiator themed. Can we swim? I mean, they've definitely taken an aesthetic and run with it. It's one of those things where it's just like, it's about what asset pack you buy, because the gameplay is always just exactly the same. Right. So our job is to climb up onto this, I guess. Man, I actually wasn't trying to play an only up clone today. That was definitely not my goal. Oops. Yeah, my goal was to play a fun game. Something with, like, content. I don't know. I mean, at least, I guess, we can grab onto stuff. Oh. God damn it. Yeah. And we fell down, of course. Because These games aren't actually fun. They're supposed to be annoying. The goal is to be the most annoying with the assets that you have available. So you go and buy yourself an asset pack, or several, and then you make a game out of those assets by just throwing them into a thing that people are then climbing. That's the whole shtick, is just to do that. I'm gonna fast forward, and if we can get a little bit higher, then we'll do that. Okay, yeah. I made it pretty far, I guess. Farther than I've ever made it in any, only up game before. And I've had enough. I've finished playing. I've had as much enjoyment as I'm gonna have with this. There's really not much to say other than it's only up again. It's just another only up game. I like the aesthetic better than I like the other only up aesthetics. Like, I like the sort of whatever this is. Whatever's going on right here, I like that. But yeah, the only up thing is just, I don't know. This is not what I was expecting to be playing. It wasn't what I was thinking was the game was. I sort of was just going off of vibes, though. So I guess that's my bad for not doing better research. So let's go look at the description and see what the game has to say for itself. Okay, Salus per Aquam is a climbing game set in a dream-like world where the goal is to reach the highest point of the protagonist's existence by climbing surreal objects and navigating metaphysical landscapes. I mean, the premise is better than other only up premises that I've seen. Usually it's just, you have to climb because of reasons. This one at least is giving you some sort of story impetus to, you know, to push you there. Salus per Aquam is a metaphysical adventure set in a mysterious world that blends reality and dream. Yeah, because it's an only up game, and reality doesn't make sense when you're climbing things into the sky. Your goal is to reach the highest point of the protagonist's existence, a wooden mannequin with a strange mask on its face. You will climb surreal objects in metaphysical landscapes where each jump is crucial to avoid losing your climbing progress. This journey is open to interpretation, allowing each player to discover a personal meaning and embark on a journey of self-discovery. Oh, so that's a little bit wanky, but that's fine. It is what it is. No one's going on a journey of self-discovery playing this game. Yeah, mostly what people play these games for. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to say anything there because I don't know what people play these games for. I don't know what drives people to these games or why they find them enjoyable. I guess maybe their everyday life is easy or not frustrating and they want a game that's really going to make them frustrated and upset about losing everything. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's like a dissertation there. I'm sure someone could do the psychology of people who enjoy games like this. Yeah, it's interesting. Anyways, key features, climbing mechanics. Experience an honoric climbing game. I don't know what honoric means. Where precise movements and careful jumps are essential to progress. Surreal environments, explore enigmatic landscapes that challenge your perception. Metaphysical themes, immerse yourself in a silent narrative that encourages personal interpretation. Immerse yourself in a silent narrative? There's no narrative! It's not a silent narrative, it's a not narrative. It's a nothing. You've given us nothing. You put us into an asset pack. There's a little bit of story here in the description that we're supposed to be on some sort of personal journey of self-discovery, but you can't tell us that we're immersing in narrative. Like, just leave that out. Metaphysical themes is fine, but immerse yourself in a silent narrative is just... If you're writing metaphysical themes, you might write something like... No, I don't even know. I would probably leave it out. It just seems so dumb. But there's no narrative. You can't say it's silent narrative when there isn't any narrative. It's just climbing. It's just a climbing game. It's only up. It's just only up again. And this time it happens to be Egyptian or Mesopotamian or whatever ancient culture that you're getting the asset pack from. That's the vibe. There is no narrative. We've put no narrative into this. Each area is devoid of any meaning other than that you can climb on it. So there's no narrative. Stop pretending like there is. Original soundtrack. Yeah, I mean, the sounds actually were... The sound design was probably the one really good highlight. There was the wind sound, and I was like, okay, that's probably fine. But then when I got onto the ships that were on their sides, there was like a ship sailing sound, you know, and like creaking and things, and I was like, okay, that's actually pretty cool. So that was pretty cool. I'm absolutely fine with you saying that you've got an original soundtrack. Not that I heard any music, but yeah. Salus per Aquam is tailored to the artistic tastes and skills of its sole developer, who presents this title as their first work. Disclaimer, this game was developed by a solo developer, and not having a team, the assets used to build the levels and mechanics are not entirely custom made. Obviously, man, it's an only up clone. None of these things are custom made. No one custom makes an only up game because you'd just be wasting your time. That is a waste of time. However, each asset used was carefully chosen to create specific scenarios of the title, and no asset was used without purpose or due to a lack of ideas. Yeah, so here's your flowers. Here's the things that I'm going to say that are nice. I like the aesthetic. The climbing was better than I've seen in other games. It's a little bit slow, but I guess that makes sense if you're trying to make people be careful about how they jump. It had a few more options for moving around and stuff. There was a lot of space for me to not immediately fail. A lot of these games just have, you know, dead cliffs or whatever, and you miss one jump and you're done. This one, there was lots of opportunities for me to catch myself, which is good. I like the sound design. I like the visuals. You know, it's fine that it's assets. That's what assets are for. I don't think that the only up genre or the climbing game genre, I don't get why people would play this, but people do. But I don't know why this would be your first game. So my suggestion, personally, what would make me want to climb is if there were checkpoints. The first thing, it would be checkpoints. So that if I fall down, I just go back to that checkpoint. Because in a game where a lot of the game is just about the gameplay, and the gameplay is very similar all the way through, having to repeat sections makes me not want to engage with the gameplay. If there were checkpoints, like if I got to a certain point and then there was a checkpoint and I didn't have to repeat the same section again, I would be much happier. The second thing is adding some not silent narrative. You've created a quite meditative space, I guess is what I would call it, or a metaphysical space as you would call it. But why not pepper the landscape, you know, that those boats or that house that you know, like the half a house, why not have a little end table there that has a note on it that has some philosopher's words on it? You know, like, it doesn't even have to be good. It doesn't even have to be a written story, but just putting something, anything to engage with other than just jumping from thing to thing, would make me feel like I wasn't having my time wasted. So there's my things that I liked about it, and there's my suggestions for how to make it better. Checkpoints and give me a reason to want to go to different places. Encourage exploration, encourage going to different areas of this map that you've meticulously crafted. And the gameplay can still be only up gameplay, it can still be jumping from thing to thing. Even though, like I said, I don't understand why people want to do that. Maybe it's just a challenge of climbing a mountain or whatever. But give me a reason to do that, because that activity is not fun. So give me a reason to engage with the not fun activity in order to achieve something. Yeah, so it's one of those things where a lot of these games, only up games, parkour games in general, or the trap sort of genre, the thing that they miss a beat on. They miss a beat on rewarding the player. They overly punish the player because the market that they think they're targeting is people who like hard games. And that's not untrue, but here's the thing. Hard games need to have good rewards. If you look at the Souls genre, if you look at games like Dark Souls or Elden Ring or anything like that, those games are really, really hard. And there's a reward for getting better at the game. You have upgrade paths, you have skills, you have levels, you have things that you can do. And as you get better at winning the game. But with these games, there's no reward system. That's just punishment. Dark Souls punishes you all the time. That's the point. Elden Ring punishes you all the time. But these games don't have a reward system. There's nothing rewarding to the player. So if there's no reward, if the only thing that you have in your game is punishment, and the gameplay isn't very good, and that's my assertion about this kind of climbing, then there's nothing good in the game, if that makes sense. Because the only reward that players can get is by getting a little bit higher than they did last time. But even then, that reward it pales in comparison to the punishment they get for having to reclimb all of the same steps that they've already done. So the reward punishment ratio is way, way, way off. And that's something that I have to look at in my board game and stuff as well, and I'm not trying to just bring in the board game, but I've been neck deep in design principles and stuff for a couple of years now, and the reward mechanisms need to be there. And in fact, we go the other way. I mean, our game is really hard, and one of the things that we've built into the game is a huge amount of difficulty in the game, and that's part of the point, is that life is hard, guns will kill you, enemies aren't there to be your friend, the game isn't, just at the player's behest, but when you do stuff, you get rewarded for it. There's a good feeling. When you do something right, you get a reward. When you get loot, you get a reward. When you finish a mission, you get a reward. Even when you fail, you get like a story to talk about how you failed. So there's a reward for failing. So that's just a suggestion. That's a lot of talking. Sorry, I'm 11 minutes into my looking at the description stuff, and I apologize for that. I'm going to leave it. I got on to a rant, and I could go all day. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. Check out my website, ikarangilabs.co.nz, if you want to hear more stuff about like game design and principles like that. I've been doing weekly to twice weekly blog about my game design journey on there, where I talk about the board game and stuff. And if you are a game developer, it might be interesting, even if you're not designing a